talk to someone about depression and the fact that I have depression, they always ask, why do you have depression? How am I supposed to answer that? I don't know. There are many different causes for depression. It can be childhood trauma, it can be emotional trauma, and it can even be genetics. And something that goes hand in hand with depression is anxiety. Anxiety, I guess, it's a feeling of everyone's eyes are on you. Not narcissism, but everyone's eyes are on you and everyone's judging you all the time. And I guess there are feelings of anxiety, but anxiety is also a mental disorder. Things like PTSD, OCD, social anxiety are the many different kinds of anxieties. Now, depression and anxiety go hand in hand because it's kind of like depression, oh, you'll never be enough. And anxiety is like, oh, hey, you need to do this right. And it's kind of just like, oh, wow, thanks. And like how I got to this topic and how like whenever I talk about depression and anxiety, the reason I get so mad and like I guess flustered is because so many people think of depression as just an emotion. Depression isn't just an emotion, it's a mental disease. And I was talking to someone and I was kind of just like ranting with them about how I had depression and how like I've been having a hard time. And they said, cry a river, build yourself a bridge, and get over it. And I just walked away because I was so mad at that point. How am I supposed to cry out depression? Yes, I understand like you can get help for depression, but you can't just cry it out. Yes, crying is healthy, but an excessive amount of crying, no. And so whenever I get asked, why do I have depression? It's kind of just like, depression is an umbrella term. Many different things fall under depression, one of them being anxiety. And anxiety is different for a lot of people. Like, I have social anxiety. I have really bad social anxiety. So whenever someone tells me, go up and talk to this person, I'm like, whoa, back up there, that's a little too much. And depression, really, it's kind of just like, you'll never be good enough. So that's what I'm addressing today. Depression and anxiety. So depression and suicide, it's a teen takes their life every 100 minutes due to depression. And suicidal thoughts is one of the main symptoms of depression. Anxiety is kind of just like racing thoughts. I can never do this, I can never do that. But depression is like hitting the nail on its head. Like, that's where it kind of just like, I do not want to be alive anymore. And suicide is the third main cause of death for people 15 to 24 years old. And only about 30% of those people are getting help. Now, depression is a major thing, but whenever I bring it up to like adults, or whenever I'm talking to someone about like someone older than I am and like talking to them about depression, it's kind of just like, whoa, that's a really personal topic. But depression is very widespread today. A lot of people have depression, and it is something curable, but it takes a lot of time. That's the same thing with anxiety. Social anxiety, it's kind of just like you have to get yourself out there, you have to talk to people, you need to step over the thing that's making you want to stop. And anxiety, about 8.3% of teens have severe anxiety. I feel like I fall under one of those, that 8.3%, but that's okay. I'm just me. But the thing with anxiety is, it's kind of just like, oh, when can I do this? When can I do that? Like, your head is spinning. It probably won't stop. But whenever I get told that, oh, take medication for anxiety, take medication for depression, it's kind of just like, the medication only stabilizes my mental health. It doesn't completely fix it. Now, ways to fix depression and anxiety is, you need to be able to talk to people. You need to be able to talk to people about your problems. One of the main causes for me, and one of the main causes my life kind of just started tumbling downhill, is because I bottled up all of my emotions. Now, that's not something you should do. That is a very unhealthy thing, physically and mentally. Now, when I try and talk to someone, they're kind of just like not very understanding, because I believe that you need to actually be able to understand, go through something to be able to fully understand it. And whenever I try to talk to someone about my anxiety, it's like, oh, like, why are you feeling nervous? What am I supposed to do? Like, it's a mental disease. Now, getting help for depression and anxiety takes a really long time, because you kind of just need to, like, you slowly need to get yourself out of that kind of mindset. And for me, I still am in this mindset. I do not like myself. I have a lot of problems, but I've been slowly getting better. It's baby steps. You can't just plunge into talking to someone about everything. Like, when you have depression, when you have anxiety, try to well, if you're old enough, I guess, go to see a therapist. Because talking to someone is really kind of just a way to get all those feelings out. And it's kind of just like, you'll be fine. Nothing stays bad forever. And it is baby steps. It will take a really long time, but you will get better eventually. Thank you.